y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Danny, and today we're going to Tokyo, Japan. Alright, I took a bus on the way here. I got to see Mount Fuji. Beautiful sight. The moment I got to the city, I was excited. I was a little overstimulated, so I'd say take it slow, make a plan, and understand that you might not see everything, but just pick out what you want to see. It's a huge, exciting city with lots to do, so let's go. I sorted out transportation and got a Pasmo passport in person. However, you're also able to get a card on your phone.
All fare information will be displayed in English.
One of the very first things I decided to do was go get sushi. I went to the sushi conveyor belt place for dinner. It was so cool. I'll show y'all what it's like in a second. Not the most English friendly place, but Google Translate helped a lot. While in Tokyo, you're gonna come across different areas. Right now I'm in the Akihabara area. If you like manga, anime, modern day media, you have Asakusa, Shinjuku, Shibuya, which you might have heard of, the famous crossing, and the Shibuya Sky, Ginza, Harajuku, Roppongi, Odaiba, y'all, there's a lot. Ueno, which you'll see later, where we tried to catch some cherry blossoms, but I arrived too early and I did not see any. That being said, I am here trying the souffle style pancakes. I wanted to try the cheesecake, but these will also do. Everything was so delicious, and after that I got a good night's sleep because tomorrow we're going to Team Labs. I believe there's Team Labs Borderless and Planets. I went to Borderless, I enjoyed myself, but first I wanted to go ahead and sort out my transportation. I keep buying paper tickets. I was like, I really want a Pasmo passport, okay? So I had to figure out which station to go to, bring my passport, my information, etc. And I exchanged it for this super cute souvenir. It's also functional. You're able to use it on the transport, and I believe you can use it in stores and you get like discounts, a bunch of perks. I got this map as well. All right, but I also found out I could just add a transit card to my phone. I found out kind of late, but that's okay. If you're looking for an adorable souvenir, feel free to actually go in person and get this. I'm on my way, but I stopped for a drink. Make sure you carry cash and coins for this reason. Tokyo is card friendly, but I'd say keep cash on you for the abundant vending machines on the street markets, and the ramen machines. I can go on and on about an extensive list of what to do in Tokyo, but again, it's just up to you ultimately. I'm about to give you some tips if you go to Team Labs, which was my biggest excursion here. That being said, you could check out the Sky Tree. Maybe you want to look into some sumo wrestling, get yourself some sushi, sashimi, wagyu beef. Like, the options are endless, as I've said. Anyways, right now we are at Team Labs. Look at how stunning this is. Oh my goodness, sorry if this is a spoiler. Feel free to skip ahead if you want to experience it yourself. Feel free to download the app, which will let you know when you're near certain exhibits, and do a lot of exploring because I almost walked away missing a lot of the rooms. They say to give yourself like 2 to 3 hours, and I was like, yeah, I won't need all that. But the way I ended up walking around, y'all, apparently at different times of the day, like the exhibits will change, some flow into other rooms. It's so beautiful, so stunning. Make sure you explore as much as you can, because as soon as I thought I was gonna leave, I came across another room that took my breath away. So I'm so glad I explored. I used the app and it would show me like, hey, this is nearby, and also see what exhibits, if you want to, are available before you go, because some I didn't even know about until I checked. So I would have missed them unless I had known about them prior. Also, I highly recommend doing the tea experience. And I believe there's also an area where you can sketch and actually turn your artwork. Not only does it go onto the wall, please correct me if I'm wrong, but also you can take home a tote, t-shirt, etc. Essentially, you're able to bring that artwork to life, which is a really cool experience. I skipped out on it this time, but I did do the tea experience, which you'll see towards the end. The tea was very delicious. I think I ordered like a green tea lemongrass. Oh my gosh, not only was it cool to watch, but it was so good. Y'all, I highly recommend. The line was very long in order to do this experience, as you'll see, but basically, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but you'll basically have a art display in your cup of tea, which was very lovely. And I also want to say there are a lot of mirrors, by the way. If you're coming to Team Lab solo, maybe you're worried you want to get some good photos and videos and you'll be alone, there are a lot of mirrors and opportunities for you to still capture the beautiful background you're coming across. I'm really glad I chose this. In some other cities, I did an art aquarium, which I had mixed feelings on, and I tried out an animal cafe or two. That being said, I love things like this. It does get quite busy, and I would say book your tickets in advance, and that goes for any exhibit or attraction in Tokyo that you think is gonna sell out, especially if you're traveling during peak times. I actually missed the cherry blossoms. However, it was still extremely busy, very crowded. Definitely plan your way around. But if you want to do something that's really, really cool, try not to wait till the last minute. You might find availability, but it's good just to have some of your excursions already booked and handled, and make sure you adhere to the times and all that good stuff so you don't lose your slot. But yeah, book my ticket in advance, and this was a really great place to just chill, listen to some music. Oh wow, it was really nice. When I first got there, it wasn't too busy. By the time I left, it was definitely pretty crowded, but I recommend. There is also Team Lab Planets. If I've already said that, forgive me, and if I didn't, well, now you know. There's so much to do in Tokyo, and people talk about the same things. Go here, go there. But yeah, Team Labs Planets, I did not see that one. There's the Studio Ghibli Museum, and y'all, there's so much. You could just chill, you could take a cooking class, you can hop from cafe to cafe. There are so many experiences and excursions in Tokyo. It could be a bit overwhelming, like I said, but just take it slow, day by day, plan out your itinerary, figure out where you want to go, and allot yourself enough time for each excursion. When it comes to food, I'd say go where the locals go. Yes, you can look something up, or if you want to do something specific like a sushi conveyor belt, go get Wagyu beef, whatever it might be, hibachi, check out an izakaya. If you have a specific food thing you want to do, then yeah, of course, look it up. However, I found some of the best spots just walking around and seeing where the locals were going, seeing what looked really good. Honestly, you could smell some of the restaurants from the street, and they smell phenomenal. So don't be afraid to let your nose lead the way, and carry lots of cash. Again, it is a card-friendly place. However, I found that cash came in handy. Vending machines, markets, just little odd places here and there. I think it's very important to keep that on you. And please arrive early for the train, all right? That's one of my biggest tips too. I was going all over Japan. I'll get into that in a second. But make sure you arrive early, because if you have a voucher, you have to swap over to an actual ticket, or you have to go to a tourist center or certain machines. These stations are huge. The malls are huge. You're going to do a lot of walking. Make sure you're bringing good walking shoes and some water, please. Oh my goodness. The nice thing is there are convenience stores everywhere, 7-Eleven, all these little convenience spots, and the food's really good there too, so you could definitely stay hydrated and charged up, but just be mindful it is going to be a bit of a journey. However, if you plan accordingly and just, wing it a little bit, a good balance, you can have a lot of fun. I ended up going to, this time, I went to a whole bunch of different places. Oh, and by the way, I'm just letting Team Labs play in the background, enjoy this, the light show, all that good stuff. First trip, I went to Tokyo and only Tokyo. If I were to do it all over again, I'd say explore the different districts, maybe pick one per day. Shibuya one day, Shinjuku another day, or maybe 2 in one day if they're close, but it depends on how much you want to do. Don't stress yourself out, don't overexert yourself too much, and then maybe throw in a restaurant here or a cafe for the day. And like I said, you can wander and find that, or you can actually look ahead if you have a specialty spot you want to go to. Depending on how many days you have in Tokyo specifically, decide how many districts or specific, activities, whatever it might be, that you want to do for that day. Now, if you're going to other places, again, I did not get the JR Rail Pass, which was perfectly fine for me. It was still pretty economical without it. I'm pretty sure I spent way less than the actual pass. And also, they said that the pass needed to be like ordered or mailed prior to the trip. So be mindful of that if that's something you're also considering. But I did really well with just like getting train tickets. I'm not recommending, but it worked for me. I ended up using a third-party site to get around Japan, which I felt was a little more easy for me at least versus the JR Rail Pass. I just didn't want to deal with all the different lines and figuring out what train I was allowed on and which one I wasn't and where I needed to go. So it worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. I did do some like day passes or area passes. However, I did, Kyoto I think was like 3 days. Definitely give yourself time there. Tokyo, 3 days minimum if possible. I'm only saying this if you have the time to spare. If not, take what you can get and enjoy your trip, of course. Nara, Kobe, and Nagoya honestly could all be passed off as day trips. I'd say check the weather. I did a couple extra days in Nagoya, but I think I could have did that as a day trip too. And then Osaka was very enjoyable. I'd say 3 days minimum as well. And honestly, if I could extend it, Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, I'd spend like 4 to 5 days there if possible. There was so much to do, so much to see. I really loved Osaka. Modern, a bit flashy. Kyoto was just stunning, so serene and traditional. And then Tokyo, of course, is just its own beast in itself. And I mean that in a good way, just very iconic. So much to do. And yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there if you're considering trying to expand your Japan trip, especially for the first time. But anyways, back to the moment at hand and back to Tokyo itself. So many things to learn. Like I said, try to look up a few cultural norms just so you can kind of be in the know. And again, just planning your trip. I'm just so overwhelmed with Tokyo. Now that I've been twice, I'm so grateful and I think I'm able to manage it for sure. But it's just a city with so much going on and just so much hype. And of course it lives up to it. So it's like there's a lot of pressure to have the perfect Tokyo trip. And I really want some of y'all, if you think like that, to just try to alleviate that pressure and just enjoy yourself and be as respectful and informed as possible. When I first got to Japan, I wasn't fully aware of some of the cultural norms. There are things such as, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, and feel free to, elaborate in the comments as well, but I've been told like handing things over with both hands is more respectful, not to stick your chopsticks in your bowl a certain way. And then you might not see people walking and eating. You might see that they're quieter on the metro or if they're having phone calls. Actually, saw very few people on the phone. But anyways, it just seems like a more quiet, respectful society. I think it's a really great place if you're solo. There are such cute ramen spots to eat at and just little areas, and I enjoyed that as well. And I'd highly recommend bringing a backpack. There does seem to be a severe lack of trash cans. You might find yourself carrying your trash for a long time or until you get back to your accommodations until you find a trash can. So definitely have some type of backpack or just to collect cute little knickknacks throughout the day, or maybe little snacks you want to carry or a bottle of water. But yeah, that is about it. And I'm gonna finish up at Team Labs. Tea experience was great. Enjoyed myself very much so. Highly recommend. Let's get back to the rest of Tokyo. Alright y'all, so I ended up in the Asakusa area. This is an excellent area for souvenirs, sightseeing. I absolutely love it. When I visited Japan a few years ago, this is actually where I was staying at too, so I feel like it's a good place for accommodations as well. You're still in Tokyo, nearby, and there's lots to see. A gorgeous temple, lots of amazing food, plenty of shops, everything smelled good, people were around praying, exploring. It's a really nice vibe. I highly recommend checking this area out. This is an absolutely gorgeous area to explore. As far as safety, especially being solo, Japan is one of my favorite places. I feel so comfortable there. Affordability, like I said, usually it is a bit pricier. That being said, I think the exchange rate was better, so this trip felt a little more affordable. And also, I checked out a bunch of different places. This was part of a huge Japan trip. I did not get the JR Rail Pass, I just bought individual tickets, but feel free to check out those vlogs, and anywhere I go, I'll put down below. I ended up in the Ueno Park area and I did some exploring and I got some really good food. Again, make sure you have some cash on you, coins, actual yen bills, whatever it might be. If you want to check out some of the like street vendors or get anything out of a vending machine, like I said, it was really convenient. Tried some good food and oh, I was so happy after that.
Oh, okay.
Ramen, sushi, takoyaki, gyoza, y'all, the options are endless. Sake if you want to drink, oh my gosh. We ended up going to this restaurant where everything was affordable and we had some lemon sours to drink and oh, so good.
The crossing looks so hectic.
Please go along. Okay. Oh, just a minute, please.
One of my absolutely favorite activities was visiting this robot cafe. Y'all, it was so cool, and specifically it's for people who have disability, or so I read on the pamphlet. People who have disabilities or who have to work from home, they're actually controlling the robots. It's not AI. You are talking to a human person through robot technology. I thought this was very innovative and I really enjoyed the experience. It was a bit pricier, but I feel like it was well worth it. And yeah, it's a cool little thing if you want to come to Tokyo. Check that out. I also got to go back to Odaiba. Oh my goodness. So I had a local friend show me Odaiba last time I visited Japan and I loved it a lot. There's a huge Gundam statue if you are interested. And the mall areas around it, I'd say definitely explore. Also, if you are an anime fan, you are absolutely going to love Tokyo, or if you just like cartoons, pop culture, movies, media in general, oh my goodness, manga, all of that. There's so many cute, quirky shops. It's so random. Not only are there a lot of cute things to do, see, and collect, but if you are a collector in general, you'll probably go home with a very full suitcase. So check out the malls, check out little shops here and there, and just see what you like. Yeah, but anyways, I had a great time exploring this area. Oh my goodness. You're probably gonna recognize a lot of characters from your favorite shows, movies, animes, whatever it might be. Alright, there are muscle and maid cafes. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that, and if I didn't, that is an option. And there are a lot of cute themed cafes as well, also trains. So definitely do a little research.
Shibuya, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shibuya Roppongi is a club area.
I heard about the Golden Guy Street in Shinjuku. I think tonight might be a fun little.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We have shop bar is like a summit here is a
Oh.
example like that. Going to here, like a 10, sometimes a week before in the like a summit picnic room is like 300. Yeah, no, I use the Lord, so.
The first time I came, I checked out the one mall, got some food, enjoyed myself, whatever it might be. There's like a small Statue of Liberty there, a gorgeous bridge, great photo taking opportunities. However, this time I went with another local and I was shown that there was actually another area of the mall, an extension. Yo, this was so cool. Oh my gosh, we ate takoyaki at the food court and just enjoyed ourselves. And there was a super nostalgic arcade. I absolutely loved this. Oh my gosh, so many games, people playing. There was like a shooting game where you could win prizes. My friend won and gave us prizes. It was so sweet. It was such a good little day, y'all. Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed this. Highly recommend.
Rainbow Bridge. This is gorgeous.
But it's actually on the bridge.
There is so much to do, and I forgot to mention that last time I visited Japan, I saw real-life Mario Kart racing, so feel free to look into that as well. Right now, I am currently still in Odaiba. This is the outdoor area. There's a beautiful bridge, and there is like a little mini Statue of Liberty too. Alright y'all, so you know I went and got some more ramen. Absolutely, the night is just starting and it's gonna be a long one. If you are partying while you're out in Tokyo, be mindful that the train does end at some point and you're either gonna have to catch the train before midnight, train, metro, whatever you're using, or you're gonna have to hail a taxi. We ended up using a taxi. It wasn't too terrible price-wise, but just be mindful of that. So I got to see the Tokyo Tower area and it was absolutely stunning, especially at night. It lit up. At one point the power did go out. We got some ramen, came back, and it was on. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Some people were lined up in certain areas to take pictures. I just took some pictures to the side real quick and enjoyed the view. And after this, we are headed to Roppongi. Anywhere I went, I will put down below, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of the information I share. That being said, there are a whole bunch of bars, clubs, whatever. I'll be showing you nighttime Shibuya and a little bit of evening Shinjuku. A local friend told me about a street called Golden Guy. Apparently that's very popular, you could check out, and I'm sure there's just a whole bunch of quirky, cool, aesthetically pleasing places you can go for your night out in Tokyo. So don't be shy and have fun. I had an absolutely phenomenal time. Now with Shibuya, definitely try to visit during the day. There's the famous Shibuya Scramble where everybody crosses the street and it looks really cool, and then there's also the Shibuya Sky, which has a beautiful view. I did not get a chance to check that out, but there's also a free metropolitan building where you were able to go up to the observation deck and check out the view there, if I remember correctly. I did it a few years ago. I went up the elevator. It was absolutely stunning. But yeah, so I didn't do any of the, you know, the Shibuya stuff. However, I did see Shibuya at night. It's a whole different vibe. And the Roppongi pub crawl we ended up at wasn't disappointing either. Hip hop, techno, rap, alternative. You definitely have your options. You could also check out an izakaya if you're looking for a drink, and I'd say to try sake for the first time if you are a drinker. I'm not much of a partier and I don't always cover it in every vlog, but I will say Tokyo definitely has some party in them. There's so many cool places to check out and explore. Feel free to put some down below if you guys know any as well. But yes, again, if you're gonna party, I'd say dress code was kind of casual depending on where you're going. There are cover charges. Ladies were able to get in free some places and get a free drink, and then most people are partying till like 5, 6 in the morning, or like I said, you're gonna have to get a taxi back or find your way home if you're not trying to stay out that long. But yeah, y'all, that was it. Tokyo was amazing. Oh my gosh, silly me thought I was gonna go to Tokyo Disney the day after. I don't know why I thought I would be able to make that happen, because I didn't stop partying till like 5 in the morning. But yeah, Tokyo Disney and I think Tokyo Sea as well, I believe it's like kind of 2 parts, are also options you're able to explore. I've heard some really amazing things about Tokyo Sea. Clearly you have options, so just plan your itinerary accordingly. Like I said, when I first got to Tokyo, I was very overstimulated, and it's not a bad thing. It's just such a vibrant, iconic city. There's so much to do. Every cafe is different, every place is different. Social media tells you have to go all these different places to make sure you have the best Tokyo trip ever. But honestly, Tokyo is one of those places where you're gonna have to revisit a couple times so you could really, you know, see what you want to see. But for your first trip, I highly recommend just, you know, seeing what's available, making a good little list. This is, I believe, are we in Shibuya? Let me check. I think this is Shibuya after life. Yeah, after the party. Again, look, all these cafes, internet cafes, cute little places you can go, especially if you're into modern day media. But yeah, so this is the Scramble. I hope this is the Scramble. Oh my goodness. Forgive me, y'all. I think this is the Scramble, and it's not as busy as it usually is because, again, it's post-party. I ended up using my spare change to go ahead and top up my transport card, and then I also ended up going to Shinjuku because I wanted to show y'all that as well. I didn't do too much. I just went in the area, just kind of got a vibe for it. I was considering getting myself something to eat. Ramen, of course, or sushi. Same thing. All right, but yeah, I just wanted to show y'all Shinjuku. It's a rainy little day, and my trip is unfortunately coming to an end very soon. Parks, gardens, museums, temples, monuments, there's so much to do, y'all. Oh my goodness. I also recommend looking up some cultural differences and rules you might not be aware of depending on your travel style. There are certain things, you know, you may or may not want to do while in Japan. It's a very rich culture with its own rules. Maybe you wonder why you can't go into an onsen with tattoos, or why few people walk and eat. So just do a little research. All right, and one of my last stops was a smoothie maker at the 7-Eleven. All right, just cute little quirky things like that. But thank you so much for watching. Tokyo definitely lives up to the hype that you hear about. Do a little research and then do what aligns with your interests and just have a great time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.